Hi everybody, it's Joanne again. So, I just wanted to talk a little bit about women that are getting hurt out there. Sometimes, a situation like people get married and love has left the relationship. Love is long gone, and the only thing left is bitterness, incompatibility, and stress, sadness, bitterness, arguments. And sometimes that's not, every day, but it's 20, 30, 40% of the time, in some cases more. I think it's important, especially for women, to know their deal breakers, because too many women are getting hurt. They're waiting around, they're in the line of that, you know, harm, and they need to get themselves and the kids to a safe place. If somebody puts their hands on you, you call. If 911. If somebody is emotionally hurting you, and they're sometimes they try to get you to commit suicide, but just keep at you, at you, at you, at you, so you snap and you kill yourself. Especially if there's money on the line. Like if there's a relationship ending, and if you were dead, they're gonna get money from the house. They're gonna get money from life insurance policy. They may even have one on you, and you don't even know about it. You know, or they just have this contentment for you. These are things that you have to look out for, and the signs are there. You gotta listen to them, and you have the responsibility to keep yourself safe, and your kids safe. You matter to somebody. You're somebody's daughter. You're somebody's cousin, niece, aunt. You're somebody's friend. You're somebody in the community that uh, people know you. You're somebody's mother, and you matter in this world. And there's 6 billion people, on Earth. So there's a lot of other people that you can meet later on when you get out of this situation. The sad thing is that sometimes restraining orders don't stop a criminal from harming you. If they make a threat, it's like Oprah said, you have to believe them. And sometimes the police show up after the fact. You know, one of the reasons that people get so hurt, particularly women, is they're so unsuspecting, and you know they have this innocence about them. Denial for a woman is a very, very powerful and strong emotion, as is the circumstances that they come from sometimes, whether it be in their upbringing or even later on in life. Sometimes parents just have kids. They don't really guide them and teach them things that they need to. So here you find this woman that may have been growing up trying to survive an abusive situation like I was. I had to survive my father. My father was a predator, right? So I had to survive him, and obviously I did. I'm 45 years old and I'm still standing. And so sometimes they just have you. Like years ago, it was like the industrial age. Now it's the information age. The internet is a game changer. So it doesn't matter where you start, but I think some questions that women have to ask themselves is like, look, how much more have I learned since I left high school? And if the answer is, if you don't have any formal education, if you don't read books, if you don't listen to educational videos, if you don't take some kind of knowledge online, if you haven't gone to college, if you don't have a lot of training in your workplace, then you got to do some work. You must be very stressed out or completely clueless on how this world, because you are in a perilous fight. You are in, just so I want you to understand that they stack the odds against people, even people that know as much as I do about business. The odds are still stacked. And if you're a woman, you can't only even have only one business. You know, it's you have to be like a King Kong in business. You have to come out, you have to prepare, you have to be strong, you have to be wise, you have to watch out for them. Every time you leave your house, you gotta, even in your own home, you gotta make sure the doors are locked, and that you have, like, I sleep with a hammer beside me. I have self-defense and training. In fighting, I definitely do. And I, get out there and take some self-defense. The awareness of it alone, you gotta watch the subtle things that people do. With, like, even things online. If you look at Google, like, you search any business, you could search uncontested divorce in BC. You'll see my my name will come up on the page, but you'll see at the top the slight difference of color. That means people are paying for those ads. Well, I don't know, because last time I heard Google was a search engine. Now they're an advertising company, right? So they used to have this most up-to-date current information, but now you can put any website together and pay and get on there. I mean, it's going to cost some money to get on there with those guys, and you can get on there, but to stay on there, you're much better to invest in some in your company by hiring somebody that knows how to get on you, that you don't have to maintain you know, uh, those advertising, those Google advertising rates on an ongoing basis. Um, I lost my train of thought. I do that sometimes. So basically, what I'm trying to say is listen to the signs of what's going on. You can go to um, and listen to some of those educational videos, and get the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. It'll explain things for you. The book Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. Listen to them online. My mentors, I listen to Will Smith, Warren Buffett, I listen to Carnegie, Napoleon Hill, I listen to Robert Kiyosaki. And they have and I listen to Dr. Wayne Dyer. The strongest and the strongest person that gave me the greatest gift is God, because it's common sense. He gave that to me, and He gave that to you. And if you don't use your common sense in the world, you can get hurt, harmed, killed. If somebody is hurting you, harming you, you you manage the situation. You call the police. There's resources out there. Call 311. Ask for resources. Make a plan. Don't be afraid to relocate. Don't be afraid to say, okay, you know what? He's gonna hurt me and the kids. If that's the case, you're not running to Timbuktu if that's not the situation. But if the writing on the wall is like, he's threatening me, and you know, um, and the kid, and he would hurt the kids to get back at me. These things happen. Don't think that you're immune to it, because you're not. You're not immune to it. And if you're in a relationship where it's secrets and lies, and you know, women are getting hurt all the time. So, protect yourself, protect your innocent kids. Ask your kids if anybody's hurt them. Sit them down, brace yourself, and be open to say, has anybody ever touched you, like in your private parts? Is anybody trying to harm you? Is anybody bullying you? Is anybody making you feel uncomfortable? And you have to be calm, because they may be too scared to come forward if they think that you're going to get mad at that person, because they don't understand, and they're scared. Maybe sometimes that person wants them to be scared, so they don't say anything. But we as moms, as parents, we have to sit the kids down, and we have to tell them, look, we'll manage the situation. I'll protect you. But you need to tell me, because I'm not a mind reader. Has anybody done any of these things that make you feel uncomfortable? Are they hitting on you? Are they saying inappropriate things? Are they touching you? Is anybody bullying you? I repeat that because it's so important to try to break the cycle. You know, we as parents and as moms have to break the cycle. Like, we should teach our kids, like, both my kids are healthy. I've been, you know, I'm an emotional eater. I don't do any drugs. I barely drink. I quit smoking 13 years ago. I don't gamble. So, my battle with food is ongoing. So I taught my kids, you know, and sometimes things were so rough and we just had to pretty much eat what I could afford. When you're doing the part of two parents, like their dad didn't help out for many, many years, family maintenance had to go after it, and once in a while I would get some money, but it was so stressful because you never knew when you were going to get the help. Um, but you realize that they're the same person. You see them at court for the child support hearing. They're the same person that they were at 20. They're still that bitter and mean. They're just this, you know. So, oh my gosh, you never changed. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's as good as it gets with them, and you just move on. But moving on just doesn't mean that they're just going to let you move on. Like, you have to be really aware, alert, and you have to pay attention to the little things that he's doing. And, do what you got to do to protect yourself. Because you don't want to get into, this physical battle with him. You don't want to, end up succumbing to it and doing something that you're going to regret for the rest of your life. That's not the answer. You have the responsibility to get you and the kids to safety. I say that like that because there's nobody else that's going to do it for you. He's not doing this to you. You have to um, say, when I say that, what I mean is, you are allowing things to happen to you. You have to take your power back. You can't say, but he. You can't keep pointing your finger at him, because if you're saying he's threatening me, he's, gonna hurt me, and you're still there where he can get you, then you're not taking the responsibility to do the work. You have to make the ugly thing in this world. It just doesn't matter if you're depressed or sad or scared or broke. You still got to make the effort to get out of the way. Okay? So that's why I do these videos, because I really, I was that girl. I had made my mistakes and stuff, but I'm still standing here and I'm here to help you, So just listen to the signs, and if you you know just be strong. Be strong. Okay, so this is Joanne from Joanne's Uncontested Divorce Help at gmail.com. Or that's the email. And, yeah. Okay.